This next example is in the style of Ray Charles, and I got this from the tune What I'd Say, and it sounds a little something like this. So this one's a little bit more advanced. The next few examples, you know, don't feel bad if you don't get them right away. These are a little bit, you know, a little higher step up here. But what I'm doing is I'm starting with a hammer-on here, and I'm playing 0, and then, you know, you can go right into the 1st fret. Okay? And that kind of is simulating a bass line. Like if you think about a piano player, he's going to play the bass line in his left hand and then maybe chords over here, you know, so, you know, you can do that kind of thing, which is like the bass line. And then, you know, this is the so I'm going to simulate that by just doing a hammer on here onto the 1st fret, 0, 1, and then I'm going to bring my 1st finger all the way up to the 10th fret. Okay, now I'm thinking of a chord up here. I'm actually thinking of like what you would do for an A shape here, just on the 10th fret. So if you thought about A, okay, here's your good old A chord playing with one finger. A sharp, B, C sharp, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F. So this is a blues in the key of F, and what note did we start hammering in down here? Do you know what note this is? Well, here's open E. What's the next letter name up? A, B, C, D, E, F. So there's your F, and then here's my F chord up here. And you could also relate it to this bar chord if you know your bar chord here. 8th fret. There's my root. So anyways, I'm going to take the top part of this chord. I'm going to play the 2nd fret, the 2nd string and the 3rd string. Now one thing that I do with the technique here is I use what's called hybrid picking, and that's where I play with the pick and also my fingers. You know, and I'm used to doing that. I play classical guitar and a lot of country and banjo as well. So this is where I kind of start blending all these techniques together. I've got the 2 strings here, 2nd string, 3rd string. Play that, 10, 10. Then I use my pick on the 4th string, so it sounds like this. Then my pinky's going to go on the 13th fret, 4th string. And then I go back up to the 10th fret. So I'm kind of keeping my 1st finger planted here as I go. Okay, so 2 and 3 and 4, and then I do a little rest, and then I come back to my pick. So that's the first measure. I like that sound of, you know, playing with my fingers here and then the pick here. And then I can kind of bounce between the two. Let's look at the 2nd measure now. It's going to begin with, every time I do these 2 strings, they're with my fingers, you know. So I'm going to do 2 of those back to back. 10th fret, 4th string with the pick. Add my pinky, pick. So all these notes on the 4th string are with the pick. and then back to the fingers. So anytime I'm playing that double stop, again, of 2 notes, I'm using my fingers. So. I got that rhythm. Ba bo do da, bo da, da bo do da. Da bo do da, bo da, da bo do da. You can kind of play them staccato, like da, 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 da. Real short and disconnected. Helps the groove. So, there's my 1 chord. F. I'm basically implying an F chord with that riff. Just like earlier, we were playing this, and we are implying an A chord, you know, or an A7 in the blues. One of the things that's so prominent in the blues is all the chords are dominant 7th chords. So when I do this, that's actually making this sound of a chord in F7. So if you're working on a song and you notice all the chords are like F7, B flat 7, C7, it's a good indicator that it might be a blues. So dominant 7th chords, and those are just written F7, you know, or G7, just like that. So. Now a piano player is going to be able to like hold this note down and play the other, you know, because they're playing again the bass line here. So on guitar, we got to work really hard to get that sound. But this thinking that way kind of makes me sound, hey, well, what if I approach guitar and try to make it sound like a piano or something? That's a cool thing. Going on, I'm going to go to the 4 chord now, so I'm going to reference my major scale like we did earlier. F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, so I'm going to go up 4 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've now got a B flat. Here's that chord that I was thinking of, the bar chord. So I'm going to go to the 3rd fret here, and I'm going to copy paste that same riff. Just relocate it to the 3rd fret. Instead of the 10th, I'm now on the 3rd. Okay? So I'm going to begin by playing open A, hammer to the 1st fret, and then now I'm going to go to the 3rd fret here with this. Same thing, hybrid picking coming in. Back home to F. So we've got the 1 chord covered, the 4 chord covered. What's left in the blues? Remember, we have the 1, the 4, and the 5. Okay, so reference a major scale. F, G, A, B flat, C. So I'm going to think of my C major bar chord, and I'm going to play this. 5th fret. Notice I can just take that same thing I was doing for the 4 chord and just move it up 2 frets. Remember, the 4 and the 5 are just a whole step apart. So now I'm equipped to play that riff just by moving it around. It's one of the things that's so awesome about guitar is I can take stuff and I can just slide it around. So we're going to do it together slowly. We're going to put all of those chords together. The F on the 10th fret, B flat on the 3rd fret, and C on the 5th fret. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Four chord, B flat, back, F, up to C, and now up to speed. There you have it, Ray Charles Blues in the key of F.